Hi guys, Harry Sunday here, letting you know that there's a apparel company that supports the game that you love. It's called thereisonlyonefootball.com, guys. They've got all sorts of stuff, from caps, t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of accessories, even for your mobile phone. All that sporting stuff you can wear anywhere you want to wear it, guys. That's right. And don't forget the website it's on, therisonlyonefootball.com.
There is only one football!
To show you what's happening right here, right now in the studio, because we've got this beautiful shirts that we're showing with Frothy right now, guys. Frothy's back with me. Frothy, what's happening with these shirts, mate? Can you tell me what's happening right now?
Shut up, let me talk. Now,
bloody
listen,
hell, mate.
We have these great tops here.
Yes.
Now, it's a bit of a 2-minute show tonight, I believe. So
Yes.
we're back in town, but we'll be
We are.
officially back in town on
That's right,
Monday
yep,
with
yep,
some
yep,
major announcements and start again. Announcements.
Yes.
Can you spell announcements? Can you?
Announcements.
Can you spell that?
I can't spell
Well,
it all.
leave it for next time. Now, let's go through the tops. Now,
That's
these
right, yep,
tops,
yep.
well, if you were born 400 years ago, you'd know about these tops. So we've got the great St George here, I believe.
No, Brisbane Lions,
Sorry
mate.
about that. That's Brisbane Lions there.
Brizzy Lions, mate.
And we got South Melbourne Hellas there.
No, Fitzroy United, you're
Sorry
telling me,
about
mate.
that.
Fitzroy United.
This one's Inter Monaro, is it?
Into Monaro.
No, that's St George Budapest.
St.
apparently.
George, yes, the Hungarians,
and,
the Hungarians,
and over
mate.
to my right, which is your right as well. Are we still
Yes.
on?
We're still on,
We're
of
still
course,
on?
we're still on,
Well,
mate.
over
Yes.
here, we've got the great Sydney Olympic. And I know the cat has probably ordered a couple of
Oh,
those.
he's got a couple of hundred, mate.
Well, I tell you why he's ordered a couple. I had a chat with Peter Raskopoulos during the week.
Oh, he hates his guts.
And he said to me, Peter Catholos, a cat, has ordered 2 because his gut's so bloody big, he needs 2 jumpers to make
Really?
one. So, well, look, that's only a joke. Cat.
Oh, my God, mate.
Well, look, also, Canberra, what's this? Canberra City.
Canberra City. You know who coached them?
Yes.
In 1977?
Frank Garrock. wasn't
Johnny
it?
Warren.
Johnny Warren.
We're laughing, mate, everywhere.
I told you so, Johnny Warren said. I doubt we sell many because how many supporters did they have? That's beside the point. Also, we got Hokoa up there.
That's
great,
right, of course.
Brazilian heritage, are they?
Brasilia. Well, yeah, a lot of them escaped to Brazil.
We'll leave it at that. And the great Marconi.
Marconi.
And let's go through them. Great quality.
Of course.
They fit nicely. They are cheap. You know what? They're too bloody cheap.
$75.
$75 is not even $80.
Plus postage and handling.
Plus postage and handling, and our great friend with David Ben and
Yes.
Arrow Sport.
Arrow
They've
Sport
come-
together.
yes, they've
There is
come
only, and
together.
then guys, you can buy them on. There's only
Well,
one
you keep
football.
going. I'll play the great South Melbourne tune.
There is only one football. Where you can get it from? There is only one
There's only one
football.com
football,
in
yes, sir.
conjunction with Arrow Sport. You can also buy fantastic
Yes,
kits for your teams as well
yes.
at Arrow Sport, and they're working together to bring you these fantastic
Yes, they are,
1977
Are we still on?
Phillips
Check 1,
Lee.
2.
Of course,
Check-
you're bloody
Sorry
on,
about that.
Frothy.
Yep.
And of course, guys, 1977.
Yes,
These shirts are fantastic. You've got the other ones at $150, which are the
Well,
rigid jigs, $150,
yes,
and then
but,
you've got the sublimated ones
yes.
at $75, guys. So yes.
Yes. And can I just say, I
Yes.
suppose it's not appropriate to say this, but my team had a win on the weekend.
Yes, they did.
Well, not the weekend, a couple of days ago. So they're flying, and I tell you what, it's pretty much it. Now we're going to sing a song just to.
Well, I
finish
can't.
the-
We can't. We
the
can't
short
actually.
show
We,
tonight.
we can't actually sing a song tonight
No,
because
well,
we're just
doesn't
doing
matter.
we're just doing the show tonight.
Well,
that's
we're
all.
just advertising the jumpers here.
That's
and,
right, guys. But where to get them from? There is only one football.
That's the one there. And,
So, guys, thank you, guys. Get these fantastic shirts right now because you will never find them. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. See you in a couple of days' time. Thanks, guys. Get on Arrow Sport.
Monday,
Arrow Sport. There's only
We'll
football.com.
probably have Paul Wade on
Thank you,
Monday,
guys. See you. Bye-bye.
There's
Thank
going to
you.
be summer we're going to have.
That's it. Oi, night is footballers. It's always every Monday at 8:30 at night time. Welcome to Footballers. We are the people. We are the passion. We are Socceroo. The Socceroo. You know what we are? The Socceroo mascots.
Socceroo,
The
they're gonna win
unofficial
the World
mascots.
Cup.
Here we go. Hoop, hoop. Check it out, guys. Hoop, hoop, hoop. Feel it, man. Hoop. Feel the rhythm, guys. Everybody. Hoop. Feel it. Hoop. Hey. The cup of life. This is the one.
She bang.
Now is the time, don't ever stop. We shouldn't know, gotta be strong. We shouldn't know, right from the top.
Right,
and
now,
when you feel the heat, the world is at your feet.
Got the ball here.
No one can hold you back if you really want it.
Oh!
I see it in your eyes, you want the cup of life. Now the days here, you're gonna get it. Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Tell me, everybody.
Oh!
Here we go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Go, go, go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Tonight's the night. The Wiggles. Go on, let's all wiggle, man.
beer.
Let's all wiggle. We are the people.
Beer
We are the
is
passion. We are the history. We are the
Red
soccer
Bull
psyche
is in.
of Australia.
It's
And we're
official.
going to get
And
things happening.
another thing
Frothy.
is in.
We got a special guest. It's our
Another
way, the
thing is in.
highway.
The
Our way, the
trumpet
highway,
player.
Frothy. Frothy, it's our the highway, Frothy.
Now.
It's our way, the highway. I'll tell you what, mate. I tell you what, mate. We own a lot of deep SHIT as far as I'm
Well,
concerned.
let me start the night off.
You better start right now.
Forget
The
about
voice,
the freeway.
Gary Watts is the
We are
voice.
going-
What's the voice?
Yes, we are going very quick at the moment.
we're
We are
stuffed.
on the Autobahn, the Germans call it.
I have got a problem.
Now,
I've got a problem, mate.
I've got a bit of news here. Now, first of all, the
yes,
trumpet
yes.
has made a comeback. And it's blue. It's, well, you
Oh, no. Oh, no.
call it a Greek trumpet.
No, it's
and
not.
We are,
Vuvuzela.
well,
Vuvuzela.
the Vuvuzelopolis, I suppose.
Vuvuzela from
That's the
South
one.
Africa. South
And
Africa.
So
World
it
Cup.
doesn't represent the South Melbourne anymore. We all know
Oh,
that.
don't talk
But
about them.
No, I have to say the reason why it's made a comeback.
Yes.
It now represents West Adelaide Hellers.
Yes.
So we are proud members of now
Yes.
Fitzroy United over there.
Yes.
And obviously West Adelaide Hellers. Now, I had an email
Yes,
from,
yes.
what's his name? Here we go, Max Wincup.
Matzi Tung.
No, Max Wincup.
Max
his name
Tung.
is.
I know that
he's
bloke,
a member.
Yes.
And you don't know this. And he emailed me today and
lost
he
it.
said, can you guys do a show plain clothes? And
No,
he
thanks.
said, I bet you cannot possibly wear plain clothes.
Impossible.
Now, well, here I am.
Impossible.
Here I am. That doesn't represent any A-League team or nothing.
Yeah,
Just
it says champion, yeah.
It says champion. Well, that
I'm a
I
champion
am,
too,
I must
mate.
admit.
We are
And
champions,
I've got
mate.
my trackies on.
Well-
So I've gone plain clothes. Now, Harry, he's disappointed in you.
No.
You have, well,
No.
Can we,
No, thanks.
Well, can I just reveal?
Yes, please.
You haven't gone plain clothes. But,
can't do that,
Max,
sorry.
Max, if
I've
you're
got
listening,
sponsors to look after.
Max, if you're listening,
Max, you can go where the sun
now,
don't shine.
Shut up, let me talk. Now, Max, if you're listening,
They're laughing, mate. They're laughing at
and
this
I
bloke.
know Max is listening.
He's
now,
got no right.
it might seem that Harry's not wearing plain clothes, but let me tell you, Harry's got his G-string underneath and his Nana's bra. So there you go. He's wearing plain clothes. Now, Harry, please
not
do
getting
not take off your top, whatever you do,
No,
just
thanks.
to prove that you've got a bra on. Now, listen, we have got James
Yes.
James Paton. What's his name?
No, Jamie Patton is coming on very shortly.
Jamie-
Jamie Patton is coming on.
Jamie
But we got a few announcements. Got to announce a
Wow.
couple of announcements.
Have
Guys,
we ever?
we want to congratulate the former Matildas coach, Alan Stajic. Yes,
Can
Alan
we
Stajic.
applaud that?
Yes, we've got to applaud this one. Alan Stajic, who has shown so much with
Yes.
his Filipinas. Yes, the Filipinas.
Oh, the Filipinas.
The girls who are doing
Oh,
so
we
well
love the
in the Asian
Filipino
Asian
girls.
Confederation, whatever it is, where they're going to qualify and everything to qualify for the Women's World Cup. They have been undefeated. We can't believe what's going on here. We
Well-
can't even win a game with Tony Gustafsson. What's happened to Tony Gustafsson, the greatest coach of all time to coach the Filipinas? No, the Matildas. Is this for real? Oh, we've lost a plot here. Has somebody not said anything about him that he's so successful in Asia with the Filipinas? Have we got a problem with some certain people? I can't talk anymore. I've lost a plot here, mate. God help us.
Well, let me get a word. let me get a word in here.
Oh, God.
Your mate Tony, what's his name?
Tony Gustafsson.
He probably stuffed us at the moment.
Cut myself.
You cut yourself?
Oh, God, cut myself,
What were you
mate.
doing today?
I don't know what's going on here, mate.
Now,
I'm bleeding.
his big error was, Harry, his big error was a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
His team got done 7-0.
Oh, yes.
Now, that does nothing for the
I
girls.
just cut myself.
And there you go, the Filipino women, and my God, don't we love them. Are we talking about the soccer Filipino women or the strippers? What are we talking about?
The national soccer team,
Oh,
guys.
sorry about that. I was getting a bit excited there. I thought we were talking about the other Filipinos, but not to worry. Well, listen, look, they're only practice matches. They mean nothing.
They're not practice matches. They're doing quite well.
Well, listen.
They're doing quite well for the 2023 World Cup. Don't forget, guys.
The Matildas will go close.
What I want to say is we've made the World Cup in the men's.
Yes, we've made
the World Cup in the men's in Qatar, that is. And what I want to say is we're trying to do something very special with our sponsor, of course. We're trying to get one T-shirt made for the two World Cups, the men's World Cup and the women's World Cup. And there's a special T-shirt coming out for that, guys. So don't forget, guys. You can buy one for the two. Buy one for the two. Is that right? One for the two, man. Buy 2 for 1. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
And what else do you get with that?
Mate, you get everything. You can't say no Socceroos, no Matildas. On that we can say what we are. We are the world. We are the people. We are the soccer psychos of Australia. That's the two soccer psychos of Australia, mate.
Now, talk about psychos. Your team, the psychos, Melbourne. What do they call them?
Melbourne Knights.
Stripe there.
No, thanks.
Melbourne
Victory. Oh,
Victory.
Nanny. They're going to get a nanny.
Well, that's a lot of
They
baloney.
need a nanny to look
They
after.
might need a nanny.
They need a
because I tell
nanny.
you what,
They're crybabies. They need a bloody nanny.
They need a nanny there.
They need a bloody nanny, mate. Those blokes.
Now the Kiwi Messi. Now listen, guys. I mean, now listen. The Kiwi Messi is gone. Do you know
they
that?
just swap him.
Now, do you know where he's gone?
Well, I think,
you don't. I'll tell you
he's gone back. He's gone back to bloody New Zealand.
He's gone to a Chilean club.
Are you serious?
Now, it's not a soccer club. It's a club that makes chilies, and they export them over back here to Australia.
He's gone back to those guys in New Zealand.
He's gone to Chile. No, he's gone to Chile. That was breaking news the other day.
Unbelievable.
Your mate Marco Rojas has gone, and Costa Barbarouses has also gone.
He's gone back to New Zealand too.
And he's gone to the Knicks. Now
he's gone where he started, where they got rid of him because he couldn't play. There you go. Good luck. Went to Brisbane, then he went to bloody Melbourne, then he went to bloody Sydney. Mate, the guy's a recycled player.
He's a recycled player. Now, how old would Costa be these days? He'd be
105.
105, and he's still going. Well, now listen. Also, have you heard Marconi?
Marconi,
the
yes.
Great Marconi. Now, where's their logo? Is it up here?
Oh, I don't know.
Where did you put it?
No, it's here. The shirt's here, mate. The shirt's here.
Well, here's the logo. Here it is there.
Don't worry about them.
In case the, what's his name, the president's watching.
Yeah, a couple of presidents.
Now, there's some news there out of Marconi. Do you know the news? Do you want me to tell you the news?
Tell me the news, mate.
Now, the news is coming out of Marconi.
Yes.
Very loud and clear. They need a full-time administrator. Now, Harry.
Oh, jeez.
Can you please take up the position there?
I could do that. I'll be
Can you send your resume?
In 3 weeks, I'll be in Sydney for the
interview. For the interview, and we hope you get it.
I've got to move to Sydney. They love me in Sydney.
Well, you can go to Sydney.
They love me in Sydney City.
Sydney City, and apparently the news is that we might be on our way to West Adelaide to do a show. To do a show in the club rooms with
fundraising.
What was your name? Kenny Katsenis.
No, Jim Tsakenis.
Jim Tsakenis, that'll do.
Jim Tsakenis.
Yes, and I'll tell you what a good show last week.
It was a very good show.
Club watching us.
He rang me and told me it was fantastic.
What did he say?
He said, well, everybody was laughing their heads off. They reckon it was fantastic.
They were laughing.
He should be a permanent fixture within our show.
Well, apparently there's rumours going out that SBS might be interested too.
They are.
Can we reveal anything tonight?
No, we can't talk yet.
It's a scoop,
That's
Harry.
why I'm going
Tell him.
In Sydney in 3 weeks we'll know.
Well, maybe I can tell. What's his name? Max Wincup. He's.
Hope he loses his cup.
Well, that's a funny surname. Wincup.
We can lose your cup. What a bloody idiot.
During the break, I'll put an NSL top on because we can't be playing clothes all night.
Now, before
our sponsors.
Before we bring Jamie Paton on, guys,
let's get the young boy on.
We mentioned this last week on the 26th of November, Australia versus Tunisia at 9 p.m. with the Football S Show. We are organising a venue that night to have our show. We should start our show at. We are talking about 8:15 p.m. and then the Socceroo's game.
And the game will happen.
It's at 9 p.m. and we've got a big screen TV, speakers everywhere in this venue.
Yes.
We are going to mention the place in a week's time. We are talking to the owners.
Can we mention it now?
Can't do that. We can't mention nothing because we've got another owner interested in what we have to say, and
Well,
they want us as
I'll
well.
give them a
and
clue,
apparently a club wants us to. A club. So we're
Yes.
negotiating to the highest bidder. It's not an auction. It's how many people can we get at this place. But
Well,
as I said,
that's right.
put this in your folder right now. The 26th of November, Australia versus
26th
Tunisia.
November.
Australia versus Tunisia, 9 p.m. with a football show starting at 8:15 p.m. And, of course, before the game. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some dancing girls, everything, all that sort of stuff. So, stop booing. Stop booing, mate. Get out of it, mate. Stop booing your mugs.
Well, Harry, I tell you what,
It's better.
I tell you what, if we can do the show at the venue, we can say it's McDonald's. We just don't have
No,
to
it's
tell
not
them which.
McDonald's. Oh.
It's not McDonald's, is it?
No.
Well, it's not McDonald's. I'm joking. But what a great night that's going to be.
It's going to be fantastic.
There is going to be
Singing,
a cover charge.
entertainer. You're going to have to
Entertainers.
you buy your own meal, of course, in the night. You must book your.
That's right.
You're going to have to book your table and everything
Yes.
with your friends, and there's going to be entertainment, singing, girls dancing. It's going to be
Girls
fantastic.
dancing,
Girls,
and,
the samba Brazilian dancers. My
Yes,
God, the girls.
And we might have Brittany appear.
No, strippers, John, please.
Brittany
He
might
started.
come.
Give him the t-shirt again, mate. Give him the
We'll
t-shirt.
give him the t-shirt.
Give him the
again.
t-shirt again, mate.
Now listen, what a night that's going to be, Harry. Because I tell you what, we're going to get paid
You
about
dress
$5,000
and
each.
we want everybody to turn up in yellow and gold.
Well,
Sorry, yellow and gold. How's that much? Green and gold, that is.
Yeah,
Green
look-
and gold. You've got to work. If you walk in,
Well,
the
I'm
best,
not.
the best,
No.
and the best person to walk in with the best green and gold will win a prize.
yep, they'll win this t-shirt here. Whatever that
I'm
means.
sure John says John Saz will win that one.
Now, I still have no idea what that means. That deal.
It means malaka means soft in Greek. Soft.
Oh,
Malaka.
it's soft. Okay,
Malaka.
fair enough. Now,
Too soft.
If
Malaka,
that
soft.
goes,
It
if
means
that
soft.
happens, if we get the show up and running at this venue, which we know the venue,
It's going to be fantastic.
Can we
I
tell them
you
the
what.
venue, Harry? Can
We're
we
not-
tell them?
We are dealing with two people,
Now-
a club and a venue, so we can't talk
Well,
right now.
the venue,
Nothing.
that's
We will let
going
you know.
to go through.
There'll be posters
and
everywhere.
What a night. Cheap meals, Harry.
Of course,
apparently.
there'll be cheap meals.
Good meals.
course.
We are getting paid about $5,000 each.
Oh,
mind
yeah,
you.
for sure. Oh,
and
yeah.
we're also going to have a free meal. And I will be supplied with free. Apparently,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
manager there said he
Yeah.
cannot supply me with beer.
Yes,
But
yes.
he's going to give me a few of these little babies here. They're called Red Bull, Harry.
Red
There
Bull,
you go.
Red Bull and vodka.
Red Bull and vodka. Well,
Oh,
don't
boy.
tell them what I got in the Red Bull.
Definitely, mate.
Well,
Definitely.
there is a bit of vodka in here. I made it
Fantastic.
myself.
Fantastic. We're going to call Mr. Jamie Patton.
And call Jamie Patton. and after that,
General Patton. General.
Australia, Tunisia, is it?
Australia, Tunisia, 26th of November.
Yes.
And we're going to give you the venue soon.
And can I make a prediction? Can I just tell the people the score?
3-1.
Yes, 3-1 to Tunisia. It's
No,
spot on.
no. The guys lost it, mate.
Well, let's be honest. Tunisia,
We've got to get this bloke on,
they
man.
are very good.
Here comes Jamie, guys. Let's get him on right now. He's waiting for a call. Hang on for a sec. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now, who's on?
Jamie, where are you, Jamie?
Let's see.
Is he going to answer or not?
Check 475. Check.
I think he's asleep.
It looks like he's in the little boys.
Hello?
The person you are calling
He's
is not
never
available.
He never does.
Please
Please
try
leave a
again
short message
and call
and it will
later.
be-
We better start.
Well-
We better do it again, guys.
Well, have another shot. Otherwise, we can get Mr. NPO on. Let's get him on early.
He's not here.
Well, we'll give him a tingle. How's
He's
that?
not here. He's not here.
No.
Hello, Jamie.
Oh!
Jamie, how are you? Welcome to Footballers. Welcome for the first time. How are you, sir?
Hang on. I can hardly hear you. Hang on a second.
Yes,
Oh,
Jamie.
here we go. Yep. Well, Jamie.
Jamie, are you there?
Are you there?
Yes, we're here,
Now,
Jamie.
Jamie, we can hear you loud and clear. You said you can't hear us. Now, we know you're not that old.
I can hear you now.
You can. Well, we're glad. So you updated your hearing aid, did you? What's the go there?
Here we go.
It's just old age. I think it's called lack of ability to use technology.
Fantastic, Jamie. Jamie, welcome to Football
Well,
S.
yes.
Welcome to Football S. The first time you've been here. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
We have the craziest football show in Australia. That's why we call it Soccer Psychos. And
Soccer
Gary Ward is now watching as well. So could be a friend of yours,
Ward.
Gary Ward. Now, Jamie, you are Socceroo 303 or 302. I think you're 302, but we'll give you 303 because you're a gun player. How's that? Just like the gun 303. How's that?
That's the one.
The gun 303 sounds better, but I'm one short of a gun. I'm 302.
Oh, my God.
Now, hold on, Harry. Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
This sounds like Kenny Wilson, mate.
It is not Kenny
Now,
Wilson.
he sounds exactly the same.
No, he's not. No, he's not, mate. No, he's not.
Because I can't tell them apart.
Now, Jamie, we're going to say here to you, now, Fitzroy United Alexander. Does that sound very, very, you recognise that club?
Absolutely.
I'm not going to say Heidelberg United. I'm going to say Alexander. Fitzroy United Alexander. Is that the one?
When I first signed for them, they were Heidelberg United Alexander.
Yes.
And obviously they were famous as Fitzroy United Alexander.
Yes, that's right.
And it's a shame that they still not called that.
Yes, exactly. Because Fitzroy's a unique area in Melbourne, and to go to Heidelberg, you'd think they were a German club or something, like a German club or something. But Fitzroy, you know.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I thought as well.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So obviously, Heidelberg's very German sounding.
Exactly.
But when Fitzroy moved to Heidelberg, obviously they adopted the suburb for where they were.
Yes.
And that was probably a very wise move.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yes. And
bad for history.
Yes.
But good for the future.
Fantastic. Now, you were there for a long time, and now I want to give you one more question and one more situation that we call it the situation.
Situation.
Yeah, situation.
Yes, that's
now,
right.
by any chance were you captain of Victoria?
Never.
Are you sure?
Positive.
You didn't play against New York Cosmos, did you?
Yes, I did.
You did? Well, that's what we want to talk about.
Well, maybe Harry, he's probably represented Victorian table
Of course
tennis
he
or
has.
something, or
No, he
invented
has
something.
not. Now, Jamie, you played for Victoria against New York Cosmos.
The Cosmos.
The gentleman called the Kaiser. Do you know who the Kaiser was?
Oh, of course he does.
Who doesn't know who Franz Beckenbauer is?
Oh, my God.
It's
And they called
one of
him-
my favourite photographs.
I saw that you in there with him. I saw that with you there. I could not believe it, actually. How did you feel when you when you saw this bloke here, a World Cup winning captain of Germany, West Germany at the time?
Whoa.
And here you are right next to him. Now, what were you thinking? Were you thinking to bow to him, or he's going to bow to you?
Well, I was thinking he should be saying, I'm so lucky to be walking onto the park with Jamie Paton.
There you go. Fantastic. Beautiful.
Now, Jamie, since we're on the German subject, would you say Franz Beckenbauer would be the greatest German to ever play the game?
Yes. He's probably the second best player to ever have played the game.
Wow. You put him
In the
ahead.
world.
You're kidding me, are you? Or you're not kidding me?
No. There's only one player better than Franz Beckenbauer.
Who was that? Pele?
Now, that wouldn't be George Campbell, would it? The old South Melbourne player, no? He was the white Pele, apparently.
You got to be kidding, aren't you?
Oh, he's listening to us right now. There you go. Oh, boy. Oh, my God.
Sorry, George. George is a friend of mine, but
Yes, yes.
George could not lace my boots, never mind Franz Beckenbauer.
Oh, my God. Bloody George, he was that short too, eh? He could have done it.
Well, look,
Yes.
he goes down as the greatest first-year player ever to come to Australia. Would you agree with that, Jamie?
My studs were longer than George's full body.
His studs were longer than him. There
He's
you go.
done, yeah, and I can't say the midget joke because George is my
No,
idol, and I'm not
can't
going to
say
say that. But Jamie, can I give you some short questions, and you can give me some short answers, and we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock, and 14 seconds is the time to beat. Are you up to it, Jamie?
Up to what?
A 30-second shot clock. How's that?
Yep, no problem.
Here we go.
Go for
Harry,
it.
start the clock.
It's done.
Dogs are... Oh, hold on, start again. Sorry, that's our starter. That's Brittany.
Go,
Give
go,
us a big kick.
go.
Now, dogs or cats for you, Jamie?
Dogs.
Favourite movie?
The Godfather.
Hardest opponent?
Steve Kokoschka.
Steve, Harry, stop the
I
clock.
can't. It stopped.
I don't know what happened. We have some technical issues. We'll keep going and start the
Well,
clock.
I'll tell you who Steve Kokoschka is.
Well, we
Yes,
know,
please tell
but we're just wondering whether he'd be your hardest opponent. You're having us on here, Jamie?
No. He was my toughest opponent. Although
Wow.
he played in the same Victoria team as I did.
Fantastic.
And I nutmegged them 15 times in one training session
Gee.
for Victoria. But on a match day, he was my toughest opponent.
Unbelievable.
Well, there you go. Now, we've learned something. That's
Fantastic.
why we do a 30-second shot clock.
Next.
So we can discover all these answers that we've never heard before from past NSL greats. Start the clock. How do you like your steak?
I like it. I love it. I want some
Medium.
more of it.
Coffee or tea for you, Jamie?
Tea.
Best soccer player of all time?
Kelly.
Ford or Holden?
Ford.
Twitter or Instagram?
Neither.
Fair enough. It's a fair call.
That's fantastic.
Vanilla or chocolate for you, Jamie?
Chocolate.
Now, I hope your missus isn't listening here. Brunettes or blondes, Jamie?
Blonde.
Yes. And now...
Which is sad because my wife's a brunette.
God. we say nothing. I know nothing.
No. Well,
I know nothing.
We had no idea. Now, back you in the day where young, fit, healthy, and no dramas, no mortgage, no kids. Were you into the disco scene, or were you one for rock and roll music, Jamie?
I was a disco man.
He was a disco man. Now, Harry, how did we go with the clock there? Have we run over 14 seconds?
15 and a half.
Sorry, Jamie, because I was proudly going to buy you supply you with a Brisbane Roar membership for next year.
Here we go again.
But unfortunately, Jamie, you haven't got that. But on with the show, as they say.
Well,
Harry.
I tell you what now, Jamie, that day at Olympic Park we're talking about with the Kaiser. I call him the Kaiser. Now, these guys that came from New York Cosmic, was Pelly by any chance in that group?
Wow, I don't think he was.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Was Pelly in that group? Pele in that group?
No. This was the Cosmos after Pelly.
Oh, I see. But I tell you what, the Kaiser was there, and that's enough. How did you guys play that day? Did you beat them by any chance? A lot of people don't know about this, that you played Cosmos. How did you play against them? Can you tell me?
It was an interesting game, very tough game. And it was 2-0 with about 5 minutes to go.
Yes.
And Johan Nieskens, famous Dutch player.
Yes.
He hit a shot from about 30 yards on the angle of the 18-yard box.
Yes.
And Jaka Banovic, who was the goalkeeper. I think Jaka half sort of went, just waved at it and thought it was going over the bar, and it just dipped into the top left-hand corner, and we lost 3-2.
Oh my God! Just lost, eh?
Our mate Yaka. Now, thanks to Yaka, they named the clothing brand after him. Harry, do you know that?
Hard Yaka.
Hard Yaka, and one of the best keepers to our. Well, there's been lots of great keepers in the NSL, but he'd be right up there, wouldn't he, Jamie?
Oh, he would, and I had the great fortune whilst I was playing at Heidelberg to play with absolutely fantastic goalkeepers.
Yes.
Like Yaka, and then followed by Jeff Oliver.
Yes,
Jeff Oliver.
Oliver.
Did what's his name? Jack Riley. Was he at Heidelberg?
I think he
was
was
at
for
South
a
Melbourne.
little while.
I think he was. He was at Heidelberg, wasn't he?
Yeah. Jack was there, and actually Jack was in the team. Excuse me. The squad when we played the first ever game at the village.
Oh,
Jack was the goalkeeper's coach and also the substitute goalkeeper.
Yes. Oh, yes.
There's one other keeper back in the day, I remember. There's great keepers, Dennis Boland and Alan Marr, but Peter Lawmans, another great keeper.
Peter played for South Melbourne Hellas.
Yes. And Preston, he came from Preston.
But my memories of Peter were more of... Peter was in the same Victorian squad as I was, but playing against Peter was always more at South Melbourne Hellas.
That's the one.
Now, what I have here now is a story for us, a story for you to tell us about that you played for when you came to Australia. You came to Slavia. Is that right?
Slavia, that's the one.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, how did you go from going from Slavia to Heidelberg United? Now, we are talking here, of course, in 1977, we're talking Phillips League started at that time. So
Yes.
you were already in Paranslavia. You came over before the NSL. Oh, sorry, the Phillips League. Is that right?
No, that's totally incorrect.
Uh-huh.
I came in 1978.
Oh, yes.
A friend of mine who I used to play with at Queen's Park in Scotland,
Yes.
and I was coming back from an injury, and he said, why don't you come over and play in Australia for a guest period? And I said, yes, okay. And so I come across to play for Slavia, and I thought, wow, what a wonderful place. How long's this been going on? And I thought, I'm coming here to stay. But when I come to play for Slavia, I never even knew that there was such a thing as the National Soccer League. So the only thing I knew about Australia was from watching the VFL Grand Final
Oh, my God.
between North Melbourne and
Hawthorn.
Collingwood.
Yeah, the one that was a draw.
Collingwood, yes,
Oh,
that's
it's
right.
77.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
was 1977.
Yeah, I watched that in a hotel before one of our games with Queen's
Yes,
Park.
yes.
And we're watching this game, and we were sort of watching it. VFL, we thought it was going to be our football final.
Yes.
And it was just like, what? And I was almost going to swear there, but
I can imagine what you were thinking.
It was like, what is this? And it didn't seem as if there was any rules. And I think that was a pretty accurate assumption.
Exactly. Now, we're going to go from Fitzroy United to Footscray, J-U-S-T.
Yes.
Yes, that was an interesting episode in my football career.
Well, 39 appearances for 28 goals.
Oh,
That's just as good as anyone.
And we are talking about the whole Yugoslav community, not just the Croatians and the Serbs and everything. We're talking one community played for, but then they split up after that. Of course.
Yes, they had
but
a big
what was it
fight,
like?
apparently.
What was it like playing there?
It was interesting. Do you know what JUST stands for?
Yugoslav
United Soccer Team.
No. Yugoslav United Sporting Team.
Aha.
Oh, well, I
Sporting
nearly
club.
got it right.
Sporting club. There you go.
Well, even though I wasn't born then, I nearly got it right, Harry.
Exactly. Nearly. And so
Yeah.
what was
No.
Go on.
Yeah, no. It was a great club to play for.
Yes.
The actual surroundings and the pitch that we had to perform on, well, that's a different story.
Well,
We're going to show you. We're going to present now a shirt.
No, well, I'm going to put it on.
He's going to put it on. He's
I'll
going
be back in 2
He
seconds.
has a shirt here, the original JUST strip that you wore. How's that? He's going to put it on, and when you see the replay, you're going to actually see the shirt that you wore. Do you still have the same shirt there, Jamie, at all?
No, I don't have any shirts from Yugoslavian United Sporting Team.
Well, he's about to put it on. So when you see the show, the replay of the show, you're going to see. My God, you're going back to nostalgia. And I'm wearing right now.
Is that the one?
No, that's not the one. Get out of it. And I tell you what, Jamie, I'm wearing the original Heidelberg United shirt, which was the Fitzroy United shirt. So we're going to put the two. We've got the two shirts on that you play for the same clubs. You know that. We wait till you see the replay. My God.
Have you got the GT stripe one?
That's the one I've got on right now. That's the one I've got, the GT stripe. And he's put on right now, he's putting on the Footscray JUST shirt, would you believe? He's putting it right now. And my God, you're gonna have these dreams of, look at these shirts. And our sponsor sells these shirts, by the way, Jamie. They're amazing shirts.
Here
So
we go.
there it is right now.
There it is.
Jamie will see these in the
Well,
replay.
JUST, and let me just add
Get your
now, I
sponsor.
went into the wardrobe,
Hang
Jamie.
on, what was it, Jamie?
Get your sponsor to put both of them together and send me them.
Okay, I'll talk to him about that. Okay, I will talk to him. Okay.
Well-
so we've got the two shirts. That it's on the right hand side.
There it is,
I
there.
have the Phillips League logo. The Phillips League logo, first logo of 1977,
That's the one there.
and he has the same thing on his.
Yes.
And I've got the the GT stripe one with the
GT stripe, yeah.
the Alexander silhouette of Alexander the Great as well.
GTHO, apparently,
That's
one.
right, and he's got the soccer ball there, the soccer ball that
Yeah,
says
the original one.
Footscray Soccer Club on there. How's
Now,
that?
now, Harry, I had to go into the wardrobe and get this, and I saw a pair of high heels there, mate. And,
No,
and
no,
no lady
no,
lives
no,
in the
no,
house.
no,
Now,
no, no, no.
now, don't tell me you're back on the heels again, Harry.
No, I'm not. Get out of it, mate.
Well, anyway,
now, Jamie, the other thing I want to talk to you about before I get through, because I want to talk about the national team, the Socceroos.
Well, yes, tell us.
79 to 80. Now, this is a story you need to tell us. You played in Athens. Greece. We're talking about in Europe. And there's a big story. And as a young kid watching it as a 16-year-old, I watched that game live. I had to sneak out out of my bedroom when my dad doesn't see me. I turned it on. I watched it. I watched the damn thing in colour. Would you believe? First time in colour, Jamie.
Colour?
I saw these things thrown onto the ground. What were they, Jamie? Oh my God!
Must have been tomato.
They're called hand grenades.
Hand grenades. There you go.
What? Now, hold on.
But do you know what they actually really are? Their name for them is hand grenades.
Yes.
But what they are is bottles of orange juice.
What? Orange juice?
Now, why were
Yeah.
they throwing orange juice at the
Well-
players? I mean, didn't you have water there at half time?
They were empty. You'd already drank them.
Oh my God. Empty.
Oh, right. Well, look, they could have thrown in a full bottle. At least you could have
No.
had a drink when the ref's not watching, I
The
suppose.
funny thing about this, Jamie, is
If
also...
they're going to throw something on, at least make it a can of VB or something.
Yeah.
Well, yes, or maybe a can of Red Bull I'm having tonight, Jamie.
Actually, Gary Cole was in the team at the time too.
Gary Cole.
Gary was there in Greece as well with you. Is that right?
Yep.
And I tell you what, he told me some stories about that game. We are going to talk about the infamous coach
Yes.
of Australia at the time, Rudy Goodendorf, guys.
The boss.
Rudy Goodendorf.
Yes.
Was he very infamous? Is that right?
Yes, he was infamous, and infamous is the operative word.
Oh, yes. Now, can you imagine, do you remember what he did on the ground? What he did
Yes.
when apparently you guys gave a penalty
What a
away. It wasn't a
great-looking
penalty,
topic.
was it? Was it a
Have a look at
penalty
that.
or not?
Have a look
Uh,
at this, would you?
I'm not quite sure
Try one myself, mate.
what he actually done on the ground.
Yes, yes. But apparently, was it they won 3? Was it score 3-2?
3-2, yes.
3-2, it certainly was. They scored with about a minute to go.
A score with a minute to go.
On a very contentious penalty.
Unbelievable. And I thought, and Gary Cole did say that wasn't a penalty. He says it was not a penalty. And apparently, was Rudy doing something on the field? Was he throwing something on the field? Apparently, at the referee.
Rudy was quite famous for not getting on very well with the referees.
I heard he threw a chair at him. Is that right?
Well, yeah.
No, a chair. It was a chair he threw.
That's right, a chair. Apparently, it was one of those chairs. He threw it on the ground, and he was on the ground too. And I couldn't believe that the ref wouldn't even give him a red card. You know, that was amazing, actually.
Well, it's
Amazing.
supposed to be a friendly.
A friendly that. Now, when you play the Greeks, that's not a friendly. Now,
No.
did you, Jamie? In 1977, you didn't play for the Socceroos, did you? No,
In 77,
no.
I never come to Australia till 1978.
Okay, yep, no problem.
Well, that would have been impossible.
Now,
then,
now
Harry.
you played 8 senior games for the Socceroos. Can you tell me some of the greatest matches that you played there? You played a few games. Now, they were some World Cup qualifiers? Is that right?
I never played in any of the World Cup
Okay.
qualifiers because myself and Rudy, well, let's just say never saw eye to
Oh
eye.
my God, the infamous! I was right, infamous. Now, the thing about that is, now the games that you played, did you play? Now, at that time, the Socceroos were playing against European teams as well. Did you play against some European teams?
Yeah, I played against Israel. Fiorentina, Dynamo
Oh
Zagreb.
my God!
I just thought we were a national team. Why are we playing against club teams?
Yes, and that was in the early days. That was what was going on.
That
So-
was in 1980.
Yes. So other countries you said Israel, of course, but did you play any other countries as well?
Hong Kong,
Yes.
Indonesia.
Yep.
Do
you play in Korea at all? In Korea, there was a game in Korea.
No, I never played in Korea.
Korea.
That was after or before my time.
Yes. Frothy, you got some questions for Jamie?
Well, first of all, I've got this information. It says here, Harry, his strike partnership with Gary Cole was nothing less than prolific.
Ooh.
Now, listen to this, Harry. I didn't know this too, actually. Bringing 77 goals in a season and a half.
Oh, my God.
In a season and a half, and had between 79 and 80, and being described as one of the best strike pairing in Australia's ever seen. Now, I'll tell you what, that I didn't know that. That is a... I mean, well, that deserves a round of applause,
Of course
Harry.
it does, mate, yes.
I mean, my God, 77 goals. That's when Heidelberg were dominating the league, weren't they?
Of course they were.
Gary Cole and Tansy and Macmillan and Jimmy Rooney and Jakubanovic and Theo Salamides.
There's a half a Socceroo team.
Well, that's right. And we can have the great man Jamie in there. But now, I had an email from Jim Patikas, Jamie.
Oh, no.
And he wants us to dial Kenny Wilson. And he said, you'll probably find he won't pick up the phone because Jim Patikas says that we're talking to Kenny Wilson, Harry.
No, we're not.
Well, it sounds exactly like
It's Jamie, for God's sake.
Are you sure we're talking to the right man tonight?
Of course we are. Now,
let's keep going.
now, Jamie, your time in Greece, what was it like training under Rudy Guddendorf in Greece? I mean, it was one friendly. Only went over there for one friendly, is that right?
Yeah. We're there for probably about 7 days. Just for one game.
What a rush.
And Athens is a very interesting place.
Mm-hmm.
And the temperature was just absolutely boiling. Especially for somebody like me from Scotland who used to freeze cold, not boiling hot.
Yep.
And so training was a bit of a challenge. But there's nothing better than doing what you love doing and getting paid for it, representing your country.
Exactly. So this would have been really good for you coming from Scotland. Then basically you played for a few years in the Phillips League or NSL, and then you get picked up by this German coach saying, "I want you, Jamie, to play for me in the Socceroos." Is that the way he spoke? I bet you.
It is sort of where he spoke, but I'll tell you an interesting story.
Yes.
This is how I get selected to play for Australia.
Yes.
Was after the grand final in 1980 against Sydney City. And it was expected myself and Jimmy Rooney were going to be in the touring squad for the World Tour.
Yes.
And both of us were not in the squad. Both of us. Unselected. And then after the grand final, when we beat Sydney City 4-0,
yes,
Len McHenry, our coach, who had a good relationship with Rudy, they had a chat, and Rudy says, he said, I think he carries too much condition, basically saying I'm a fat bastard.
Wow.
My
God.
Didn't know that.
And then, I mean, I was just, you could be, I was training 5 days a week.
My God.
And so Lenny said to him, and this is a quote unquote, Len McHenry.
Yes.
He's gone to Rudy. He says, who was Germany's greatest ever goal scorer? Do you know who he was?
No, can you tell us?
Ruud Muller, was it?
Good Muller.
Gerd
good.
Muller.
Good Muller. Good.
Yep.
Gerd. Gerd Muller.
Yes, Gerd Muller.
He said, look at Gerd Muller, and said, look at Jamie. Jamie has to have a bit of weight because he's 5'9". He's playing against guys 6'1", and much stronger and heavier than him. So he needs to carry some condition just to get away from them and hold them off.
That's right.
And all of a sudden, bang, I was in the squad.
Unbelievable. Oh, my God.
Jamie, tell us, at the age of 29, you decided to retire. Was the body giving up, was it?
Very early.
Can you share the story with us?
No, my body wasn't giving up. My head was giving up.
Your head?
I was just probably fed up with broken promises.
Oh, wow.
and the politics of football.
Oh, yes.
And so, no, it was nothing physical. I just decided, nah, that's it.
Well, that's look, anybody can represent their country.
Well,
a lot of credit goes to you, but not even state league after that, nothing. So you didn't kick a ball again, you're saying, after 29?
No, that was it.
Wow. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, usually... Go on.
Jamie, you there?
Yep.
Go on, Frothy.
Yes. No, we're just saying, usually, I mean, look, I haven't heard of someone retire at 29, but it doesn't matter. Obviously, there was issues there for whatever reason. He decided to hang up the boots. But usually they make a comeback. Was it ever on your mind? Did you ever say, you know what, I'm going to have another go here? Or was that it? You were done and dusted?
Well, it depends when you decide when I finish my boots. Well, let me tell you the end of my career. I left Footscray, and I signed for a team called Paton Celtic.
Ah, yes, that's the one.
Yep, and I think I was the top goal scorer there after playing only quarter of a game for half the season.
My God.
And Footscray Jazz,
yes,
they only let me go, but they thought that I was making an excuse to go to another club.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Glenn McKendry, who was by that time was coach of Juventus, who's also a friend of mine, Lenny's gone, Jamie, you can't stop playing with your talent at this age. And I said, yeah, well, I've had enough of it. And it doesn't matter. Money is not an issue for me. So, excuse me.
Yes.
And he's gone, he says, why don't you come to Juventus? Lenny was in charge of Juventus. So the only person I would have played for would have been Lenny.
Yes.
So, excuse me, I'll get something stuck in my throat.
You're right.
And so I went and started pre-season. Well, pre-season already well started at Juventus. And so I started to do pre-season with Juventus. You guys remember the old Ample Cup?
Oh, we know the Ample Cup, the Australia-wide, yes.
Yes.
I think it might have been called the Buffalo Cup then.
That's right.
So, yes, yes.
So I played a game in that. We won, and then we played Melbourne, Croatia.
Ooh, my God.
In the semi-final.
Gee.
And it's gone to extra time. Now I've only trained for about 3 weeks.
Gee.
And I'm still running at the 118th minute. I've just missed a ball crossing the face of the goal by about an inch.
Yes.
And we lost.
Oh, boy.
And we lost. And so Len, the next week's gone to me, look, Jamie, he said, we want you to play a game in the youth team.
What?
And I just looked.
In the youth team?
Yeah. And I said, you got to be, and it begins with a F and ends with J. Kidding.
Oh.
And I said, no. I said, Len, this is not your decision. Somebody else has made this decision for you.
Oh.
And I know Len is a man, and normally nobody would make a decision.
Yes, I get you. Yeah.
Len would never have made that decision.
Yeah.
I said, Len, that's it. I'm finished.
That's
He
what
said, well, I said, that was it.
Gee, that's very sad that you finished that early in your career. That's very sad. But I mean, and what did you do after? Did you go into coaching or something like that at all? Coaching involved in the game
back to
again?
Heidelberg, apparently.
Is that right, Jamie?
I never get involved in coaching. What I did do was take up management roles and where, well, they're called Eastern Lines. Now, my son was 20, so through that juniors up to the reserves and
Eastern Lines.
Senior.
Wasn't Georgie Campbell there?
That's the one.
No, George was never involved in football.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
And then from there, my son went to Heidelberg United.
Yes.
I get a son, I thought. And so he originally went and trialled with South Melbourne Hellas for the National Youth League.
Yes.
And he was told they were going to offer him a contract.
Yes.
And then the night he went to sign the contract, it was suddenly not happening.
Oh, boy.
And that's because somebody else had paid X amount of money to South Melbourne sponsorship to make the son went through. So he said, I want to go and trial with Heidelberg. So I took Tim up to Heidelberg.
Yep.
Dropped him off, made sure nobody saw me.
Yep.
Because if he was going to do anything or get there, he'd do it on his own abilities.
Yes.
So I went and walked up the hill, you know where the VIP room is at the village?
Yes, I do. I know that one, yes.
So I just walked up there, watched it from there, came back down, and John Lupus, you know John, secretary of the club?
Yes.
Well, John saw me and said, oh, well, you did up here. You try to steal our players. And I just laughed. I said, no. I said, it's my son's trialing.
Oh.
And he said, really? And he's gone, what's his name? I said, well, I have a fucking guess.
They don't know his name. They've got to be
He said
joking.
the F word there.
It's okay.
Hold on. It's Timmy Paton. He says, he's been picked. He's one of the players.
Fantastic.
And that was it.
Fantastic.
So I ended up becoming the team manager at Heidelberg.
Unbelievable. Beautiful.
And then became a board member for about 10 years.
My God.
So the circle of life of football
Brings you
went
back.
to full wheel.
It brings you back, Jimmy, doesn't it? It brings you back to where you start as well. That's the thing. They say that you always go home in the game. You always go home. Is that right?
Yes,
that's how it works.
Absolutely. Jamie.
I still love the club, although if there's anybody who shouldn't love the club, it's probably me.
Oh, here we go.
Well, no, you're doing the right thing, mate. Leave the past in the past. Forget about the politics. As long as you love the ball and you like the smell of grass.
That's
now,
right.
Harry, we're not talking about marijuana, mind you.
No, thank you.
We're talking about the lawn.
Exactly.
When you see that ball and you smell the grass, you want to be involved in the game,
Of course
Jamie.
you do. And the way the ground is now, Jamie, you've seen it, how brand new it is.
Yes,
It's beautiful.
Yes, and,
Fantastic.
big grandstands there, 100,000 capacity apparently.
The board at Heidelberg are doing an absolutely magnificent job
They are.
of running that club.
We are.
And everybody, whether you're a Hela supporter, Heidelberg, any supporter, you got to love and see a club going forward.
That's right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter what club it is.
Of course.
Beautiful.
Now, I'm glad you said that. Doesn't matter what club it is. We are called here Football Less, Harry.
Exactly.
Now, Max Wincup, there you go. I had another message.
Max Loser.
Max Wincup, WHINCUP, has sent an email, and he simply says this: Archie Thompson, John Kosmina, Craig Johnson, Con Butsianas, Kenny Taylor, Kenny Wilson, Branko Kalina, Jimmy Patikas, Peter Catholis, G. Ward, Pascalini, Stephanie Brands. Who did he have here? Mirabella, is it Joe Mirabella from
Joe
Melbourne
Mirabella,
Victory?
yes.
And along with the great man, they say, thank you, Footballers, for exposing past greats of the game. Nobody else does it. Good job. Now, there you go. To
Fantastic.
all the haters out there.
That's right.
Who gets these names and has a chat with them, Harry? Nobody. So
Nobody
there you
does.
go.
There you
There you
go.
go. That's
Past
that
champions
deserves
of
a
the
round
game.
of applause. That's
Past
for sure, Harry.
champions of the game,
Yeah,
mate.
press the button.
Jamie, the next step for you is you retired now. You're relaxing. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes.
What are you doing in your retirement?
He's down at Brisbane.
Very little, apart from being very bored.
Oh.
And I would actually probably want to go back and work again and do something.
Well, what about?
Because
Go on.
retirement is not much fun.
Well, don't you play golf with Georgie Campbell? Georgie Campbell's picking up golf now.
Down
Have you
Bond
seen
Beach,
him?
apparently.
Yeah. George in golf. George is a better golf player than I was a football player.
Well, God, I tell you what, if he's that good, he should be playing what is it, the PGA Tour.
PGA Tour in America.
And if
that's
he's
the
that
US.
bloody good,
He should be in Scotland. Well, he is in Scotland almost.
Yes.
With his football academy.
Yes.
So while he's there, he should be playing in the British Open.
Ah.
Yes, that's the one.
Which is Royal St Andrews in Scotland.
St Andrews, yes.
St
I-
Andrews, yes.
And not far from where he was born.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Now,
I love. If you think I'm having a dig at George, it's because you keep on bringing him up.
we're only
But
kidding.
I love George. He's a smashing bloke.
He's a
He's a
smashing.
family.
He's been into our studio. Actually, he's come in here. He's come all the way from Bond Beach. It was amazing that he came here, and we had some great fun here with him as well. It was fantastic.
Georgie Campbell, he has to be the best dribbler I've seen play in Australia, Jamie. Would you agree with that?
The dribbling usually comes out his mouth.
Well, I don't know. Well, I was at the games, and I saw him at time. There was one game, I think Heidelberg lost 5-2, and Georgie danced around about 4 of the defenders. I think it was Paddy Bannon, I think it was Riley, I think it was Tansy.
No.
No. Well,
Listen,
where
listen,
was I? I remember it clearly.
South Melbourne Hellas, when I played for Heidelberg, South Melbourne Hellas beat us once.
Really? Once?
And that 2-1.
Well, I remember a 5-2 there, Jamie. Were you having a few
Well,
BBs at half time?
I was certainly gone by then, and I'm pretty sure a couple of the players. Well,
there you go.
the other players you mentioned weren't there either.
Yes. Well, I witnessed a 5-2 there, and overall, and we don't like to advertise this because we are now with West Adelaide Hellas, Harry.
One question I'd like to ask you is that
absolutely.
Now, did you? Although you played against Hellas, and they were the big derbies, of course, they were at Middle Park. Did you ever play against this big name? What's his name again? Alan Evans. Alan Evans. Did you get to play against him?
Yeah. Many times.
What was he like? What was he like as a player? He was a big professional, I heard, from Liverpool.
He was. Alan Evans was the first £100,000 transfer player, teenage transfer player in England.
Unbelievable.
And he transferred from Wolves to Liverpool.
Yes.
For £100,000.
My God. And then he came over to Australia to play for South Melbourne. And that was actually one of the biggest transfers ever in the NSL at the time too, in the Phillips League too. So, what was he like as a player? How did you play against him? Were you up next to him playing with him, playing against him? Well, how hard of a player was he?
Alan was a very professional player, and he's an absolute gentleman. I don't know if you know the opportunity to meet him and speak to him.
We've been trying to get him, and I've actually put information. I've sent him messages on Facebook and everything. He'd never got back to me. Is he still around in Melbourne?
Yeah, yes, he is.
My God.
Well, stay in contact with me because I'll probably be able to get in a hold of him for you.
Please, if you can get Jamie, if you can get him, we will have everybody on the show watching and talking to him. I tell you right now.
Well, that's where football unites the past greats, and what happens? The show. We get all the compliments there.
Exactly.
And they said we wouldn't last, Harry.
We're still going.
And we're still going.
Please,
strong.
Jamie, I will ring you and I'll call you and ask you, please, can you please get in touch with Alan Evans? Because I tell you what, he was the biggest name that came to the NSL at the time of Phillips League. He
Alan
was the
Evans,
biggest name.
And I remember clearly, Jamie, you remember too, South Melbourne got a keeper for probably a year, I suppose, the Swedish man, John Hansen. Now, what a keeper.
I don't have any recollection of that person.
No? Well, there you go. Now, Jamie, do you unfortunately follow the victory in the A-League?
Oh, no.
Tell me not.
No, I'm not a particular A-League follower. Although I do go to the Melbourne City games off and on.
So you'd say you're a Melbourne City barracker, put it that way.
If I had to say one or the other, it would be Melbourne City.
Mm-hmm. Well, that deserves a round of applause, Harry.
Of course it does, yes.
He's a good man. At least he doesn't follow the victory. You made us happy. You know what? I might just send him the Brisbane Roar membership for saying that. I'm
sure.
Harry.
Now, Jamie, we'd like to thank you tonight for joining us. A fantastic... your life story in the game here in Australia, and we will send you a copy of this show so you can see that we are wearing the shirts that you actually wore
at the time,
and I'm wearing the one with the GT stripes as well that you wore during those times at Heidelberg, Jamie. And we'll get our sponsor to get in touch with you if you want these shirts. We'll get him to call you. How's that?
That's fantastic.
Jamie, we thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Our pleasure.
I hope I've given you some good information.
You've given us fantastic information, Jamie. That's what we need. We need past greats like yourself, and that's why people learn, because they think soccer here. Well, let's say soccer tonight, Harry.
Of course we will.
We come from a soccer background here.
We come from
because
old
they
soccer,
think it all started in the A-League. It was around
we
before
don't.
the A-League.
Hang on, stop. We
People do
don't
that,
come
yeah.
from a soccer background. We come from a football background.
There you go.
Well, look, here in Australia, I suppose you know what we're saying. They do call it soccer, I suppose. And let's stick it up and call it soccer. How's that?
Ah, that's the old days. That's the old days.
That's the old days,
We
yeah,
old
yeah,
soccer, new football now. That's it. So, Jamie, thank you. And also, if you can actually get in touch with Alan Evans, we'd be
Yes,
very
the
happy to
great
put him on
man,
the show
Alan
as well.
Evans. Wow.
Do you know where he's living in Melbourne at all? In what suburb he's in?
Apparently lives in St Albans.
He lives in the southeast.
Okay.
The southern suburbs.
Fantastic.
I'll try and get hold of him for you. I'm pretty sure I can do it.
Thank you, Jamie. I'll contact you in the next few days and we'll talk about Alan
Absolutely.
Evans.
Alan
Jamie,
Evans.
thank you for joining us,
Wow.
Jamie. Thank you. Thank you.
What a champion.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Cheers.
you. Thank you. I tell you
Wow,
what, mate.
wow, wow.
This guy's was a professional from Scotland.
Scotland.
A lot of Scottish.
Ever correct, lad?
At that time, guys, if you're listening, a lot of them came from Scotland, not from England. A lot of them came here, first of all, from
Yes,
Scotland
yes.
before the English started coming here. I know Gary Ward came in the 80s as well. But
Ward.
these guys came in the 70s.
Kenny Wilson.
At the first time
Max
when
Wilson.
the Max Wilson.
Peter
the first-
Wilson.
Whatever it is, Peter Wilson is an Englishman. But anyway, we don't have Mr. Red tonight. What's that? Mr. MPL's not on tonight,
Well,
guys.
why don't you give him a
no,
ring?
No,
Let's
he's
see.
if he's not on
Ring,
there, he's
ring,
not.
go
No.
to the telephone.
Guys,
ring,
we're going to
ring.
finish the show tonight.
Well,
What a
is that
great
it?
That's it tonight, guys. That's a great interview with
Well,
Jamie.
I tell you what,
Jamie
I tell
Paton,
you what.
guys. We hope to catch up with Alan Evans, hopefully, in the next
Alan
few
Evans.
weeks. So, guys, thank you for joining
Now,
us tonight.
before we go,
Yes,
can
yes.
I just say this?
Oh, I forgot to say something too.
Yes, now, I just want to say this,
Our
Harry.
sponsors are very important tonight.
Can you imagine if we grab a hold of Alan Evans
Oh, yeah.
and George Campbell and
yes.
having both sitting here in
it's,
between us?
Unbelievable.
Now, will one club be very jealous? Now, can we expose that club?
Would it be
Well, let's just say they have blue and white colours. Now, can you imagine we'd pull that off, Harry?
Of course.
Now, we are going to get so many viewers, and I'll tell you what, you know what? We should aim for that because
We should.
Well, George has been in here, and remember, he actually walked under the table.
He did, yeah.
Well, look, it doesn't matter. We shouldn't say anything about that. I'm not the tallest bloke going around, but George Campbell, my idol, and certainly, what was his name? The guy we're talking about?
Jamie Paton.
No, not Jamie Paton. Alan Evans.
Alan Evans.
We get these two guys in. We are going
Guys,
places,
we
my
just
boy.
want to tell you right now that these
Yes, no, you tell
fantastic
us,
shirts
yes.
that we're wearing are
Yes.
available on
Footscray.
Footscray, JUST.
And what are they called?
Fitzroy United.
They're called-
And
look,
hang on, and next to you, we've got
Yes,
the
yes.
Canberra City. We've got
Canberra City.
West Magpies.
what's this one? Western suburbs.
And we've also got the Sydney
Sydney Olympic.
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 So my
And-
side, guys.
and on this side
we've
we
got
have,
here Eastern Suburbs, Hakoah,
Hakoah,
St. George,
St. George, Budapest.
and Marconi.
And Marconi.
Marconi, guys, they're available at $75 each. Yes, on
I
that
tell you
site
what,
called
Harry.
There Is Only One Football. And don't forget,
Yes.
C-City Lawyers, the lawyers that come to you,
They're the
and
ones here.
arrowsports.com.au
Arrow Sports.
that make fantastic kits for your teams and everything, guys, all sorts of stuff. So join us next week on
And I'll tell you
Footballers.
what,
And
good
don't
luck.
forget that
I-
World Cup game
well, I have
between
to say
that
this.
World Cup
Yeah,
game
I wish
between
the
Australia
great
and
man
Tunisia on
all
the
the luck in the world.
on the 26th of November.
He's going
Guys,
to
we're
apply.
going to have a venue for that. We're going to talk to
He's
you very soon
going
about it,
to
guys.
apply
Good
for
night,
the
guys. Thank you for joining us,
Marconi
guys.
administrative
Footballers
job.
live next week at Monday
I
night
tell
at
you what,
8:30 p.m. Thank you.
This man over to the left.
Here we go.
I can see him running Marconi. They need
Oh
an
my God, I'm going to
administrator.
lose it, mate.
Now, if he doesn't go, well, put it this way. If
A
they
Greek
don't-
running
if they don't
Marconi.
select-
A Greek running Marconi. Oh, they got a Greek coach, didn't you? I forgot about that.
Well,
Peter
they give me
Tsakinis-
the job. I'm
Peter
not
Tsakinis
Greek,
runs
I'm
it.
Finland.
Peter Tsakinis and that,
I'll tell you
guy.
what, if he's
Here we go, here we go.
successful in getting
The
the
Soccer
job as
Psychos. Thank you for
administrator
joining us,
at
guys. Thank you. Hup,
I
hup.
might chuck my
Good man.
ring down. Well, if they don't want me, we can have we've got Jimmy Patikas, we've got Peter and even Jamie Winter. We can get him on there.
Wake up the light. This is the one.
thing I forgot.
Now
about
listen,
Jamie
Tom.
Paton.
Don't
There was a
never
great call
stop.
on because he mentioned the AFL.
We
Well,
shouldn't know. Gotta be
I
strong.
wanted to ask him.
We shouldn't
Paton have played for
right
Hawthorn.
from the top. And when
maybe
you
they're
feel
related,
the heat,
but you know what?
the world is
I
at
might
your
just give
feet.
them a call tomorrow.
No one can hold you back if you really want it.
Oh, she
I
bang!
see it in your eyes. You want the cup of life. Night to days, here you're gonna get it. So you really, hey, Candy, you need Candy, you need Candy.
Let's get loud, let's get loud.
Here we go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Good night, guys. See you next Monday. We'll see what happens if we can get somebody special.